Hey everyone, Dr. Tyrell Detweiler here with Hybrid Performance Group and Team Elite FTS. And today we're going to go over a very quick and simple lower body recovery routine using a band. So we're going to go over 5 different exercises that you can utilize post-workout or on recovery days to basically try to increase recovery in those soft tissues, the quads, hamstrings, adductors, and even some of the little rotators in the hip. Basically in order to help boost recovery. Maybe you're someone that needs a little bit more mobility work or stretching work. We're going to be able to get those all accomplished using just an Elite FTS band. And so for that, we're going to utilize just a light band here. All right, so we're going to go through all of these, and then we're going to show you a way that you can add variance in these stretches, and then we're going to go over that routine all in one motion. So the first exercise that we're going to go through is going to be a piriformis stretch. So to do the piriformis stretch, we're actually going to be placing the band around the opposite foot. So all these stretches are going to be around, are going to utilize the band wrapped around the leg, and we're going to work from that position. So for the piriformis stretch, though, it's going to be the opposite hip that we're going to be working on. So if I'm going to work the left hip, right, I'm going to put that on my right foot. Now, when I wrap this band around the foot, what I can do, instead of just going from this position, is I can wrap this band around one more time, creating an entire loop that then wraps around the foot and really keeps that foot nice and stable. So if I want to go out to the side, or as you'll see, we'll go out to both sides, we'll go straight up, we'll be able to actually keep a hold of that foot without having the band slip off. So again, for the piriformis stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to be stretching this left hip, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this left foot and we're going to place it over on top of the right knee, so above the right knee. And from this position, we're just going to lay on back, pulling this right knee to our chest using the band. So it'll look like this, and as we pull that knee to the chest, we're going to feel a stretch back here in the glute. Now, if I need to, I can add stretch to this movement by just pressing with my hand against my knee, adding some rotation to that hip, and that'll increase the stretch there at the hip. The next stretch we would do would be a straight leg raise. Okay, so very simple straight leg raise. You just bring that leg up. You're trying to keep that hamstring relaxed, so we just bring it to full flexion as far as we can to feel that stretch, and that'll be the second movement, right? So very simple. From here, we can work across and work our IT band and lateral hip. So again, I'm pulling across with that leg, but now I'm using the band to actually pull my leg further up. Okay, then I can go the opposite direction, going adductor, bringing that leg out, right, and we feel that nice stretch in the adductor. Same thing, I'm using my arm on this side to pull that band up. Okay, and then from there, the last stretch we can do is going to the stomach and going into a quad stretch. So it'll look a little like this. Okay, from here I can simply just pull that foot to the butt, or I can also lift that leg up, and that'll increase that stretch in the quad. So if we're going to go through an entire stretching routine utilizing these 5 stretches, we can do a couple different variations. So the first variation is we can simply just bring that leg up and hold that in that static stretch, right? So we're doing that. That looks like maybe a 5 to 10 second hold, and then we move into the next stretch. Now, we can also bring that leg up and kind of pulse into the end range of motion for a few seconds before going back down, and we can do reps of 5 with that. So that would be a situation we bring the leg up maybe in a straight leg raise. We'd hold and kind of bounce there for a few seconds into that end range of motion, trying to push that end range of motion, and then we'd let it back down, come back up and do another rep. The final method that we can do is we can actually try to contract the antagonist and basically add an active component to that stretch by pushing that stretch further in the tissue we're trying to stretch by contracting the antagonist. So I'm going to go through what this would look like if we were just going to go ahead and do all 5 of these together in a routine. So let's say it's post-workout and we're trying to recover the legs a little bit. So I'm going to go based off that right leg again. I'm going to wrap that band around, okay? And then for the first movement, let's say I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do, then I'm going to go ahead and do that antagonistic contraction. So I'd bring myself into that straight leg raise, right? I got myself into a pretty good stretch, and now what I do is I'm just going to contract my quad and point my toe for a couple seconds, maybe 5 seconds. Relax and pull a little further. Contract, toe, do a pretty good stretch in this, and relax, and then go a little further. Maybe do this like 3 times. And then we'll just go across into our IT band stretch. Now I can bounce in this position or kind of pull up on this position, feeling that in the IT band hamstring, and then relax, and I can come back to start, go back into it, pull, and then relax. If I wanted to do this with the antagonist contraction, I would just again straighten my quad. That's going to add stretch back here. Or again, I can just hold that, right? So adductor, same thing. You can use the quad again, or you can just hold in this position, or you can go across, come back, really push the range of motion, pulling to the head, a few seconds, come back, go back into it. Again, all 3 of those are acceptable modifications. In this situation, we would then go into our piriformis stretch. We'd be stretching the opposite piriformis, right? Pulling that leg to the chest. And this one, I usually like to do this one just as a static hold. Again, for about 10 seconds. And then from there, we could flip over, go to the quad. And for this one, let's say we're going to do a little bit of a pulse. Okay. There we go. All right, so those will be all 3. Now, obviously, we would just switch. We could do the other side, come back to the piriformis on this side. And again, this is something that we can easily implement post-workout, take a matter of minutes. So should take less than 10 minutes for sure, but maybe right around 5 minutes. So again, this is kind of a very quick and easy variation of banded stretches that you can do post-workout, really increase that recovery. If you're someone that needs to work on low mobility, it's a great time to do it. Would be, again, post-workout on those recovery days, especially post-workout in that situation for lengthening the tissue, as we've definitely got those tissues warm. They're definitely broken down a little bit, and they're definitely more pliable at that point in time.